Game number 1 is underway. It's going to be Pranav versus Ilqm to start things off, and it's going to be the Feraligatr versus the Corsola.
Yeah, so this Feraligatr is going to do super effective damage with these Shadow Claws, which are going to tick away at this Corsola, putting it into double Hydro Cannon range. He's going to go ahead and bank up a lot of energy. He's farming up over. Pranav actually goes on suboptimal timing there, gives Ilqm a free Shadow Claw, which is interesting. I guess he was trying to, I think he was trying to wait for Ilqm to throw that Hydro Cannon, but Ilqm just never did. He said, I want maximum energy on this Feraligatr all time so that you can't swap out, and if you do, I'm going to punish it, and I'm going to throw a Hydro Cannon into whatever you bring in.
Yeah, Pranav worried about maybe a potential catch there too, but does have to throw on bad timing. You know, and it's a tough position because if he doesn't throw on bad timing there, he has to throw eventually on bad timing because Ilqm's at the back-to-back, so he'll never be able to throw it on good timing after that point. In comes the Murkrow though, one of the MVPs for Pranav, and it's taking so much damage. I love that play. He left with the Drill Peck and now comes in the Unova Stunfisk. Yeah,
this is actually really good for Pranav that he brings in the Stunfisk here because the Cradily is sitting in the back for Ilqm, and that Stunfisk wants no part of that Cradily.
Let's see if Ilqm can make some work happen on this Unova Stunfisk. There's still the Cradily in the back, plus the Feraligatr. So this Murkrow has a destiny with a lot of work to do here if it wants to try to win a game for Pranav. Both shields, I would assume, will be spent on this Glassy Dark Flying type here as we get the guaranteed debuff coming through yet again. If you can take out this Fortress, though, that is going to give Pranav a fighting chance. Switch Jumpers are coming up soon, though, so there could be a potential catch opportunity. Let's see if it happens or not. But no, not going to be the case. And Pranav overfarming a little bit before throwing this Mud Bomb.
Yeah, I think Ilqm wants to keep alignment here and just let this Fortress go. It's done its job, and he wants to bring in the Cradily and align it to this Stunfisk. He still has that energy on the Gator in the back, and he does not want to take a discharge on that Gator.
I like this play from Pranav as well, to soften up the Cradily, right? Your attack's not debuff, so just get this move off now because you know Stunfisk will likely lose charge attack priority against everything else in the back for Ilqm. And now having almost 2 Drill Pecks loaded here, do you spend your final shield if you're Ilqm? You know you can tank this, but you also don't want to take it before throwing the debuff. So he's going to throw up the final shield here for the Cradily. And I love this play from Pranav. He saved the Unova Stunfisk for later, so he can still clear this debuff for a later matchup here, but I don't know if he even needs to.
Yeah, he's got a lot of energy on this Murkrow. I think the Cradily is going to live the Drill Peck, though, because he does have that debuff. Murkrow has to throw eventually. He is at the back-to-back. He's over, actually. He has a lot of energy here. I don't think this is going to quite KO. The Cradyly's Rock Tomb will fire off. And then how much energy did that Gator leave with? And will Ilqm swap out, try to combo play, or will he stay in and get this acid damage?
All right,
Pranav actually swaps out and clears that debuff, and Ilqm comes in with that Feraligatr. He's actually 1 away from a move. Does Pranav remember how much energy he has? He remembers and throws on Captai there to get rid of this Feraligatr. Will he survive the acids, or will the Pecks knock out the Cradily
I think
first?
Pranav doesn't think he will. He said GG's already, but it looks like it's going to be a tie here. Wow. What a fantastic game number 1 against these top-tier trainers there, too. He thought that he's going to hang on, and he did everything he could. You know, here's the funny thing. He went for an extra Peck to try to get a little bit more energy, throwing charge attack priority against Feraligatr. I don't know, and it might not make a difference if he just threw right away because he took an extra Shadow Claw worth of damage. I don't know if these two will tie 3 times or even 2 times, but I'm sure we're getting some exciting matches as we go into game number 1 here, as we are going to wipe the slate clean from that first one. It's going to be the Murkrow versus Cradily, and Cradily does win all the even shields in this matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Pranav just goes for the Captai here, and he does throw on charge attack priority there. He knows he will win it. And Ilqm is most likely expecting a shield from this Rock Tomb. Ilqm actually chooses a shield because he knows that he's going to debuff this Murkrow. The next attack will do less damage, so he would rather take a debuff Drill Peck here than a full power one.
Yeah, and Pranav has answers to this Cradily, right? Everything's kind of a little bit neutral. I really like that he threw on charge attack priority because if he wanted to swap there, he at least doesn't get in a situation where he's swapping and getting debuff right away on this next Pokemon. Looking like Ilqm not going to throw this one right away, expecting that there could have been a catch. He's not going to charge attack priority anyway, and he wasn't really planning on spending another shield. Oh, he does catch a Rock Tomb, though, on the Galarian Corsola. Pranav thinking, all right, was this the right play or not is the real question. The Feraligatr, though, is going to really enjoy this debuff Corsola, as it's going to be Ilqm charging up a little bit of energy before swapping over to Feraligatr.
Yeah, banking that move is going to be huge later, because when he brings that Cradily back in, he can immediately debuff whatever he brings it into, or he can potentially just snipe something down with that energy later when shields are down. So very good play, banking that energy. and bringing in the Feraligatr. He's not really threatened by these Nightshades because, again, they are debuffed. He can get to this Hydro Cannon easily. This will come close to KOing. I'm not sure if the Corsola will just barely live or not. It's going to be very, very close. Corsola does not hang on, and he brings back in the Murkrow. Cap tie on the Hydro Cannon and the Drill Peck. Will Ilqm choose a shield? And he's thinking about it.
Yeah, he decides to let it go too, trying to see what's in the back. Hasn't even seen the third Pokemon yet. I like this play a lot from Ilqm because the Bug Bite damage really starts chewing through the health bar of that Murkrow. Could not have even reached another Drill Peck even if he wanted to. And in comes the Rock Tomb from the Fortress. Rock Tomb from the Fortress. The Rock Tomb loaded on the Credillia as well. This Corviknight for sure will be debuffed.
Yeah, and he's got to hope that he starts getting some Air Cutter boost here to even out this matchup. He's actually just going to go straight for the payback, even though he is debuffed. He's not messing around. He said, I'm not taking that 30% chance of getting a boost or not.
Oh, we actually get the shield.
Payback. Ilqm shields up. He said, you're not debuffed enough yet. I don't want to take this move. Well, let's debuff again. He will outpace, though, to the payback, so he will be taking this payback at -1 power.
I think Ilqm is 1 Bug Bite away, if not 2, from the Rock Tomb. Can he get there? Oh, he gets it right now, and he does throw the Rock Tomb. You have to shield this here, Pranav, because you cannot hang on to the Bug Bite damage from the Fortress, but there's still a move loaded on the Credillia. What are you going to do here? Because if you swap over to Credillia, you could get farmed down here. He is going to risk it, though. He is going to throw the Rock Tomb. The real question is if the Murkrow can farm down this Credillia, because the Acid is not doing nearly as much as the Bug Bite, you might be able to take out the Fortress here. Can he do it? A few Bug Bites away. One more away. He gets the Drill Peck. 1 HP.
Will 1 Bug Bite KO.
Oh!
He gets DRE.
And here comes the
his
Drill
move
Peck.
off. The Bug Bite damage does not register, and he actually gets that move off and gets the Drill Peck KO.
And you can see both trainers laughing about it a little bit too. I mean, it came down to the wire in the first game, and it came down to the wire in the second game as well. Here we go. Game number 2 is going to be the Fortress into Credillia. A fantastic lead for Pranav. He's going to finally bring out the Fortress in the series.
Yeah, that's exactly where Pranav wanted to see that Credillia. Ilqm's going to say swap this for Alligator because it's not an easy way for Pranav to deal with it once it gets up energy. So Ilqm's going to actually fire off this Hydro Cannon first before Pranav gets to a move, and Pranav's going to shield it. He wants to keep health on this Fortress because he knows it's going to be critical in dealing with that Credillia later on. However, the switch timer is now very misaligned. He's actually just going to choose to throw this Rock Tomb into this Feraligatr, and then he's going to pivot out into that Murkrow. Feraligatr already has quite an energy lead here, and he's going to go straight for this Ice Beam. This is going to be huge damage if he goes unshielded. It might even get the KO. Pranav does correctly shield up that Ice Beam. He does not want to let this Murkrow go that easily.
Absolutely massive shield for Pranav, and we get the switch over now to the Fortress, the matchup that Ilqm wants, but the problem is his Credillia doesn't have a lot of utility now into the Fortress in the back, and there's so much health on that Fortress still. And you're taking so much damage onto this Fortress. Well, look at how much energy is on this little bird here. Do you spend a shield here or not? Ilqm trying to figure it out. I mean, he knows he's only 1 peck away. He's shaking his head. He's like, man, this is a tough spot to be in. No shields on the side of Pranav, but he has so much energy. And now comes the Fortress, and Ilqm, knowing that he came and swap out this matchup, is going to throw a neutral Rock Tomb debuff here.
Yeah,
I mean, what can he do?
These switch timers are so misaligned, Ilqm is still stuck here. He cannot get out to his Feraligatr, so he's forced to just throw this Rock Tomb, try to get as much damage and debuff as he can onto this Fortress. Fortress actually gets to the move 1 turn ahead of the Feraligatr. Feraligatr came in, tried to throw that Hydro Cannon, didn't quite get there, so he has to force his shield up this Sand Tomb now just to get his Hydro Cannon off and get rid of this Fortress, which has been such a problem for him. He is trying to undercharge here. What he doesn't want is to let the Murkrow come in and farm down his Feraligatr, which inevitably might happen. Okay, so he does get the Bug Bite down there. So Ilqm comes in and takes that Acid, tries to get ahead on energy there. Murkrow has a move loaded already. This is going to do massive damage, and I don't think he's even seen the Corviknight in the back yet. Pranav hasn't even brought that Pokemon in, and now he's going to show it. He's going to bring it in and go for that Air Cutter to try to get that KO. I think he might just barely live this, but the sand attacks afterward will take out this Credillia, and that is going to be all she wrote.
Pranav taking the series 2-0 with a tie to start things off here against these two fierce trainers. Really well played, and finally catching a really good lead for Pranav. That Murkrow put in so much work in the entire series. You can see his sportsmanship, the embrace, the friendship, and camaraderie as well between these two players.